Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Escoffier Online. My name is Chef Sis. Today I want to prepare for you a salmon teriyaki. Teriyaki is a cooking technique very popular in Japanese cooking where the glace applied to the product while it's cooking. Today I want to do salmon. You can also do beef or chicken, so the protein can change. But like today I want to stick with salmon. And before we go anywhere, we're going to start making our glaze. Okay, this is a very easy process to make, a very quick. Only a few ingredients. I got some fresh ginger, some chopped garlic here. Some soy sauce. I got also some brown sugar here. I got some sesame seed oil. I used to like the light. There's a dark one too, but I like to use a light. It's not too strong. I also got a sweet rice one here. So I'm gonna start by making our glaze here. I also got a little water because soy sauce is very salty, so you don't want to end up with a very salty sauce. So I'm gonna put all my liquids in here. I add my ginger. I also got some chopped fresh garlic. Then I'm gonna add my brown sugar here. You can also use honey if you guys want to use honey to sweeten your sauce. That's fine too. So this is gonna be our glaze that we're gonna be using to put to our salmon fillets. I got some beautiful salmon fillets here. I got our marinated in some soy sauce. I like to do this before, a couple hours before I'm going to cook the protein. It could be chicken or meat or like a piece of steak. Or I got salmon today, so it's nice and fresh here. And when you cut the salmon, try to cut the pieces very uniform so that when they cook evenly. So you don't want to have like a really skinny piece and the big ones, so they're going to cook at different times. So I have like two big ones here. And this is part of the tail piece, so you can see these two are pretty much the same size, and so are this other one's over here. So you want to think about that. Okay. So we're going to cook our sauce here. It's boiling already pretty quick. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. And you guys can make this a day before. I mean, the longer it sits with ginger and garlic, the more flavor it's going to have. Today I'm going to have to like do it quick, but you want to actually do it the day before so the flavors marry together. I'm going to taste it, make sure that everything's okay. That's good. I'm going to add a little bit more water because I added about a quarter of a cup, but it's still a little bit too salty. You don't want to be too salty because you're going to reduce some more. So when it reduces, it's going to get even more salty. So you don't want that. I'm going to make a little cornstarch slurry to thicken up my sauce. I got some cornstarch here. About 2 tablespoons. Okay. Now my sauce smells really good. Now you can smell the ginger. And you want to use fresh ginger. There's a dry powder, but that one doesn't taste near as good as the fresh. So you always want to do, fresh ingredients. Some recipes call for like dry garlic powder and ginger. I definitely would use fresh. It's so much better. Okay, so we're gonna thicken our sauce a little bit with some of this cornstarch. And make sure when you add in the cornstarch to the sauce, you continue to stir the sauce. Otherwise, it's gonna make those lumps, because it's gonna get hard right away. So you want to whisk the sauce as you're pouring the cornstarch in there. And when you cook the salmon, you can either cook it in the grill, you can start in a pan, or also on the broiler. So there's different ways you can prepare this. I'm going to start cooking this in a pan, get a nice color. I'm going to finish off my little broiler I got back here, so the glaze gets really nice in there. Okay, so this one's getting nice and thick here. And be careful when you thicken up the sauce. When it's hot, it's not going to be as thick, so you don't want to put too much cornstarch that when it cools down, it's going to be like a paste. So you want to be careful with that, because usually when it cools down, it's going to thicken up. Okay. Okay. I'm going to show you the consistency of this. You can see it's a little bit runny, but when it cools down, it's going to get a little bit thicker than that, so be careful. Okay, so I'm going to put this to the side. I'm going to let it go for a few minutes so the flavors kind of come together. I'm going to strain this because there's some pieces of garlic and ginger, so I'm going to wait a little bit before I strain this. In the meantime, I'm going to start cooking my salmon here. So I got some nice piece of salmon here. This is some Atlantic salmon, farm raised. Okay, so I got some soy here. I'm going to dry it up a little bit so when I put it in the pan, it's not splashing everywhere. Got some nice pieces here. Also be careful not to put too much salt, because soy sauce is very salty. So you want to, when you season this, be careful. You don't want to end up with a very salty piece of meat here. Okay. So I'm going to put a little black pepper in here. And when putting the salmon in the pan, be very careful. You want to put it away from you when you drop it in there, in case you drop it too fast and the oil splashes. It's not going to burn you. You're going to splash away from you, so be careful. Okay. Do we have a question? No? Okay, now I'm going to strain my sauce. Yes. Would it be good with chicken or beef? Yes, you can do it with chicken or beef as well if you like. So, I mean, it's just the technique. You can use any protein you want. Also, when you're cooking salmon, way to know when you want to flip it over. You want to wait until this pale color comes all the way up, like halfway up. So you're going to see the colors changing. And not so much right now because, you know, there's marinade in there, but when it's like without any marinade, you're going to see how the color is going to change in the salmon. So you want to wait until it comes like halfway up, and then you're going to flip it over to finish cooking. You can also check, you know, with your thermometer to make sure it's cooked properly. You want to cook it to internal temperature of 140. And you can also cook it in the grill under the broiler, so you don't have to start with a pan. You can just put it in a hot plate, put it under the broiler with some sauce, and that can be a way to cook it as well, just on the grill as well, too. Okay, this one's ready. And you're going to know when it's time to flip it over. The salmon is going to be very easy to move around, so it's not going to stick to the pan. That's when you want to flip it over. You don't want to be moving it around before because it might break. Okay. You can see. I'm going to take this out of here. Also, you don't want to put too many pieces in the pan if the pan is not big enough, because if you put too many pieces, the temperature is going to drop, and instead of, you know, searing the salmon, you're going to start to steam the product. So you don't want, whether you're cooking chicken or beef, the same way. You want to, you know, put a few pieces at a time. Okay, now we're going to put this here. This is going to go on the little broiler I got back here. Put some glaze over the top. Goes in my broiler. There you go. So this one is going to cook fast, a very small piece. I'm just going to shut off the heat over here. And the curry over here is going to cook all the way. In the meantime, I'm going to make a little salad or some noodles I'm going to be using to go with salmon here. I got some carrots, I got slice here. Okay. I'm going to use a little sweet rice wine. As you guys can see, it's very easy to make the sauce and really, you know, cook a whole meal in just a very short amount of time. As long as you have everything ready to go, all your mise en place prepare. You know, the actual cooking process is very simple. I also got some rice noodles here. Okay. There you go. I'm putting some julienne vegetables. I got some Fresno chilies here, some pea pods, some bamboo shoots here, some green onions. Also some shiitake mushrooms here. Make it nice and refreshing here. Also going to throw some cilantro leaves. And you guys can do whatever you want. I mean, grilled pineapple goes really well with this dish because, you know, a little sour, and then the sweetness of the sauce kind of balances each other out. So, you know, you can also do some rice, whatever you like. I mean, it's just an idea I'm giving you guys here. And you don't have to do this, actually. I'm also going to add a little bit of a sweet chili sauce here. Yes. Okay, for the cooking the salmon, yes, I used some, for this it was sesame oil, you're right. It was the regular one. The other one is a darker oil. I just used a regular white oil. The roasted one has a more intense flavor, so I like to go a little lighter in there. But if you want to use the dark oil, the roasted sesame oil, that's fine too. Okay, so I got my little salad here. Ready. Checking my fish. One more minute here. I'm gonna start, plating my dish here. Put some of this wonderful rice noodles right in the center here. I'm gonna arrange some of this carrots around here to add a lot more color. Very refreshing too. Now my salmon's ready. As you can see, it's cooked right on here. You can the way to also check it too is just by once you have experience doing this, just by feeling. You can press down if it's nice and firm. It shouldn't be very hard, so you should give a little bit. That means it's done. So you don't want to really overcook a fish because it gets dry very quick. And seafood is one of the proteins that doesn't have a lot of connective tissue, so it cooks very quick. So we're ready to plate of salmon here. Okay. I'm going to pour some of this sauce over the top too here. Okay. Now I'm going to put a little garnish here. A little green onions. I also got some wasabi sesame seeds here. And there you go. Very easy dish to prepare. You guys can do, like I said, with chicken or beef or salmon and other fish. Just whatever you like. It's fine. Again, the main thing is you understand how to make the sauce and just the cooking technique. But again, thank you so much for being here this morning. I will look forward to see you guys again in a couple weeks.